Good morning. Water. Mm-mm-mm. I'm live early today. Morning accent teak, how are you? Good morning, Boon 126, how are you? Good morning, Anchor 1, how you doing, how you doing? Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. Morning, praise the sun, it is early in the morning. No what, Sexes, what are you crying about now? Good morning, Lexafate, thank you for calling me Maple. Decimation of the Moonies is early. Getting rid of them one at a time. Demanding all hail Lord Pepe. Yeah, I can see you have the same user profile as your other one. How you doing, Hobo? I got Nathan on my lap since I woke up, so I'm good. Yeah, there's nothing quite like having a kitty cat to warm up the day. Cats are so good. Good morning, K Card 2. Good morning, Max Saker. Good morning, Mint. How are you? Hi, 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 hi. Good morning, LDTGX. Um, yeah, we gotta kill the bot on Kick. We have, we have mo- We do. Already gone. um, hmm. Today was a day. Yesterday was a day and today was a day. That's saying about just about nothing. I'm here early, but I'm not going to be here for long. Good morning, AK159F. There's a couple of things I want to talk about, and then I will get out of here. Um, let's see. Yeah, the first thing, the other stream, the More Miss Moon stream on YouTube. Today wasn't that great, honestly. It was okay. It was kind of mid. It was alright. It wasn't peak, but it was slightly better, maybe. Um, I'm still having issues with the same individuals more or less. And I don't know what language I have to speak in to make my ideas clear to them. I don't think the individuals care very much anyway. Let's um anyway, um I'm at a little bit of a crossroads with the More Miss Moon channel. I I don't know if I want to keep I don't know if I want to keep streaming in the daytime completely separate from Kick. Although I don't dislike how I currently have it set up all that much. I do think so what I'm trying to say is there's a possibility. There's nothing preventing me from multi-streaming on in 4 places instead of just 2. Plain English or Reddit speak. It's too hard. Command and block guys so early. It'll be even earlier. My schedule is likely to change pretty radically. Starting like this weekend into next week. So, anyway, those are different things. I guess I'm not really looking for answers from you. I'm just telling you guys, giving you a slight heads up. So, I'm not sure. I could be going from streaming on 2 platforms to 4, perhaps. Um, Good morning, Ryu, by the way. Hi. Now, thank you for offering to potentially be one of the mentors, one of my coding mentors. I hope you don't mind it. I hope you don't get sick of me in some future from now when I make a lot of silly mistakes, because I probably will. But that's aside. That's like a caveat. I'll talk about coding a little more later. So here's here's what I'm thinking for the schedule. We may let me write it down because I can't really think. So right now we're at 8 o'clock Universal. I'm thinking of moving it back. Oh, which I want to move it back 10 or 11 p.m. Let me think. I miss that. 1 bin p.m. I think it might be. I think it might be 4 a.m. UTC. Sorry. And then I don't want to read this. Don't want to read. Don't want to. No Facebook, no TikTok, so my thoughts are getting a little bit out of order here. Give me a moment. I will talk about TikTok and Facebook in a second. Let me think about the other thing. Yeah, so this Love Talk stream will probably be 4 a.m. Universal, so 4 hours earlier. And then my other stream right now currently begins around honestly like 8 p.m. Universal. But it will be ending, I think, at 10 p.m. These are really confusing times. I don't know how else to word this. The nighttime stream is likely gonna shift 4 hours back, and the daytime stream is going to happen earlier and end earlier. And we'll see what that looks like. In addition to that, if I finish getting monetized on the More Miss Moon channel, and depending on what I decide to do there, I still haven't I haven't fully figured it out, but I potentially want to bring back something like Mooncraft, something like a gaming stream, and that would be probably no more than twice a week. On the weekends, or maybe, yeah, it'll either be once or twice a week. Might be like Friday and Saturday or something. We've done that before. We've tried it before. But yeah, those are a lot of things on my mind, so you don't have to think about it so much. In terms of let's start the stream. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are in the world. Thank you for Love Talk with Mrs. Moonson. This is a daily talk show where a kitten who's smitten chats about love, life, and anime. Today is Therapy Thursday, and it's a good thing because I have a very severe mental illness, and by watching me, you're probably making yourself more mentally ill as well. The Manning Dog Tuna, Manning Pizza 2020. Good day. How are you going today? I'm very tired in Vic City. How are you? I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I just woke up a little while ago. Europe has fallen. Oh, no. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, um, so on the Europe side, you'll probably get the early stream. So on the US side, I'm probably gonna be streaming more during work, like typical work hours. So the Europeans will probably get an after work stream. I don't know actually. I don't know what time it is in Europe when it's like morning to noon in these um no anime today because I haven't watched any. Um the question of the day is, how do you feel about the surveillance state that we are already living in? This question was sparked from me watching Rob Brackmans. You guys know, some of you might know of Brax from his like products. Like he has a de-googled phone thing that he sells and some other services. He did a video talking about how people who go to protest, how people who are participating in protests are surveilled in a number of ways that a lot of them are ignorant of. And what it boils down to pretty much is like, if you don't want other people to know your exact whereabouts or what you've been doing, you're better off leaving those tech devices at home or turning them off and putting them in a Faraday cage or a Faraday bag, but a lot of people aren't going to be able to do that. Um and it's even as far as like so there's so many levels of surveillance past just like GPS and Bluetooth or whatever. There's some technical components and parts that I don't fully understand. But on top of that, with all the camera surveillance and AI analysis of people's like facial recognition software, but also like license plate readers and gate watching or whatever, you basically would have to go out in in a disguise and maybe wear prosthetics or something. But even then, it's just a little bit too hard. And someone mentioned TikTok. I've never liked TikTok, never really used TikTok or wanted to use it. But as I started doing content creation, I had to address the hypocrisy of me like wanting to be a creator, wanting to reach people, but not being willing to use some platforms when the other are just as evil. All of these platforms do a lot of the same kind of data hoarding, and in a lot of ways, YouTube and Alphabet are worse, are even worse, right? Like the old psyop used to be, oh, TikTok bad because a foreign nation is stealing Americans' data or whatever, whatever, whatever. But now it's in US hands and it's even worse. And they've always had dark patterns. Many of the big tech companies love using dark patterns to mind fuck you and control you. And anyway, so the last time I got on there, it gave me some creepy, bizarro, dystopian message about how my voice data and any other biometric data could, from my videos, could be used to be analyzed and trained, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, we're not doing this. I don't know what this means, but we're not doing this. So I stopped uploading as soon as I saw that new notification. Then I was on the fence. I was like, I might just delete TikTok or leave it as is. But after I saw more headlines of like about the censorship that happened recently on TikTok with Epstein and ICE stuff and anti-current administration stuff being heavily censored, um Not saying that other administrations don't do the same thing, by the way. Government is all on the same team. They're all on the same, whether it's blue or red, they don't care about me. They care about their own interests and their pocketbooks. But yeah, the NSA filtering would like to have a word with you. Yeah, I know they've been doing these things for a long time, but anyway, my point is I deleted all of my videos from TikTok, and then I go to delete my TikTok account. First of all, they have this banner about accepting some new terms, right? And there's only one button, agree. A lot of websites do this bullshit with cookies too, where it's like, if you continue to use this website, we assume that you consent to cookies, right? So you can press yes to consent, or you can just continue to use the website and we'll just say that you consented. So it had some language in there like, press agree, or by clicking anything below this heading, we assume that you agree. So, like, I didn't want to click agree. I wanted to delete my account, and that became really difficult because the banner was covering the area of the UI where I could get to my account information. And, but I was able to do it. I was able to get to my account information. Then all of a sudden, every single time I went to delete my account, it would kind of give me an infinite loop of, uh-oh, something went wrong. Please try again later. Sorry, something went wrong. Try again later. And I tried for several hours, could not delete the account. And nobody on this earth is going to be able to convince me that that's an accident. That's not an accident. They do these things on purpose. They want to trap you, they want to entrap you. So, what I'm trying to say is that personally, I don't want to be caught dead using Facebook or TikTok because I find their services to be dubious at best and really creepy at worst. I think prior to acquisition, Instagram was probably pretty good. And I don't know about TikTok. I don't know if TikTok ever had a good day that it was good. It probably was. It was probably just as weird like the whole time. Um yeah, no slop talk in Facebook. But I it pains me though because I can't say that those decisions are made on principle, right? I can't say the decision not to be on TikTok is made out of principle because I also use Twitch, which is a product of Amazon, and I also use YouTube, which is a product of Alphabet, and all of these companies are the same kind of evil. They're the same kind of evil that wants to take away freedom and destroy individuals and create this massive surveillance state for you, not only to air quote protect the children, but to control you. Because just like people might be deterred from going to a protest if they understand how thoroughly they're being watched. It has less to do with your own beliefs and what you want to do, and more about your fear of retribution, fear of getting arrested, fear of getting into trouble. And but that's what they want. They want us to live in fear, right? Best social media is one you make yourself, probably. Easy board forums. I mean, I do like forums still. Evil everywhere, we can only trust our tulpa wives. My billionaire company, Amazon, hasn't done anything wrong. It helps control 40% of internet traffic for the greater good. Wait, Success. They haven't done anything wrong? Did you not hear about a new round of mass layoffs? I don't know. We'll see what happens when I don't know. I don't know anything about the economy, so I'm not going to make any predictions. I'll just sit back and watch. I have trouble understanding um I have trouble understanding how the most profitable companies probably in existence, maybe to ever exist in some way, um, have trouble either retraining or redirecting their own talent and insist instead on doing massive layoffs, which, you can't tell me that a company fires 15,000 people and that doesn't impact the economy at all whatsoever, right? Sometimes I wish I was laid off. Okay, Max Aker. Yeah. Wasn't there layoffs like today? Yep. Yeah. So, I don't know. And I think the layoffs are bad, not just for the economy, not just for the employees that lost their job, but even for the employees that are still there, because I think it'll instill in some individuals a certain type of fear and make them more afraid. Make them more afraid of, like, all of this fear-based social control. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. Started with Elon Musk laying off massive portions of Twitter and X. So Suck says it actually started before Elon Musk. It started way before Elon, but I think that is when maybe people started to pay attention more. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Anyway, I got off topic here. I wanted to talk about let's see. I was gonna complain about the amount of backseating I get on the other stream, but I think that's enough complaining for one day, so I'll leave it for another day. Shouldn't capitalism run on fear and competition? I can't tell you what capitalism should or should not run on, or does not run on. I don't I don't understand how the world works. I'm still trying to figure it out. Still trying to figure out how the world works. Some of the Amazon drivers don't actually work for Amazon. They are part of a different company. Oh, no, no, no. I wasn't talking about does Amazon even consider their drivers or their warehouse employees as real people? I don't know. That's a question for someone else. I was talking about Amazon on the corporate side. They're doing a lot of corporate layoffs. So, I don't know. Whatever. I'll leave that alone. Let's not talk about layoffs. I don't want to scare you guys more. I just brought it up because it was relevant to the conversation in some way to expose my own hypocrisy. I think if I was truly a principled person, I wouldn't use any of these platforms. But here I am. And I'm still afraid. I'm still afraid to say all the things that I want to say. And it's gonna get worse. Anyway, I just know that whenever you're feeling afraid, you maybe got to think about who benefits, and then try to reframe things and just do what you want to do. I need to take that advice myself. Meow 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 meow. So the quote for today is: necessity is the father, but laziness is the mother of invention. This is a quote stolen from earlier in today's other stream, and it's like it's a spin-off on the idea that necessity is, the mother of invention and innovation, right? But I like this one better. It reminds me of so many things about myself, and yeah. Yeah. Also about my learning, I have to say, whenever I've been forced to learn something for a grade that I was like less interested in, I could do the job to get the grade, but the enjoyment is, it's not the same versus when I'm studying or learning something on my own out of a need, out of a desperation, out of like, I'm lazy and I don't want to do so many steps, so how can I do this in less steps? Meow, 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 meow. end it here. I'll leave now. Goodbye. I love you. Be back tomorrow. Different time, different place. I don't know. If I don't see you guys again, I hope you have an excellent rest of your week and an excellent rest of your life. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.